Brick by Brick. Today we're going to be going through many of the Lego sets in my over $6,000 Lego collection. We'll get started off with this one right here, but we'll be going through a bunch of different sets of a variety of different themes, so make sure to stay tuned. So this is the Lego Horizon Forbidden West set. It only has the one minifigure, in this case Alloy, and it's got the main build with a little tree, a couple other small plants, and then another robot. I think it'll be a great investment. I was able to get one of these, and I think it's going to do really well once it retires because it was such an amazing game, and the game likely has quite a few followers that are going to be willing to buy a set like this once it retires. Next up, we have these two Brickheadz sets right here. I think that these will both end up doing pretty well. I think this one's probably going to do a little better just because it's Star Wars themed. This Statue of Liberty set has done all right. It's already gone up 10 or 20%. So it certainly hasn't been a bad investment, but definitely not one of my best, especially since I've had this one for quite a while. It still hasn't been an amazing investment. And this one right here, I think will do really well. It's going to likely go up in value once it retires. I don't believe it has retired quite yet, but generally these Star Wars Brickheadz sets end up doing really well. It's also got a pretty famous character there, so I think it'll do well. Next up, we have this set right here. This is the Duel on Mustafar. So this set I thought was going to be a really great investment, and it turned out to do really well. It's one of my top 10 or so performing sets. It's got 208 pieces. It's got the two minifigures, Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker, and then the main build of the Duel on Mustafar. And I think this set is going to keep doing really well. It's already gotten up in value quite a bit, and I think that trend will most likely just keep continuing, just because it's such a famous, iconic scene of the Duel on Mustafar, so I think it'll end up doing really well as it remains retired. Next up, we have this Dr. Wu's Lab Baby Dinosaur Breakout. So I think that this set is also going to keep doing really well, possibly not as well as the Star Wars set, just because generally Star Wars sets are safer, more reliable investments. But I do think that this set will continue to do well. It's already gone up 20 or 30%. It's got some cool pieces in it, some good minifigures. There's a few things that are exclusive and a little cooler in this set, which I think are going to help make the set an even better investment. These dinosaur figures in the set help increase its value too, just because generally if there's a Lego animal or dinosaur or something in a set, then it'll likely end up doing much better because people like to collect those figures. Next up, we got a Harry Potter set. This is the Night Bus. It's got 403 pieces. It's got 3 minifigures, and it's already been a great performing investment. It's got a ton of purple pieces, and since those are one of the more rare colors in Lego, I thought that would help add to its value. It's also a very famous, iconic scene from a very famous franchise, in this case Harry Potter. Harry Potter sets are the ones I invested in the second most, theme-wise, so I do think that this one is going to keep doing well. It's already been a great investment, but I'm excited to see how well it does in the future. Next up, we got this Lego Brickheadz set right here. This is Baby Yoda and Mandalorian. I think it'll do pretty well. I was able to get these on a really good sale, so even if it goes up to retail, I still will have made like 40 or 50% return on investment. So I hope this one does well. It may not do as well as some of the other Brickheadz Star Wars sets, just because they're not as famous of a character as, say, Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker, but I do think that'll end up doing pretty well. Next up, we have this little Lego Wolverine set. So I got this just because it looked like a cool option to invest in. I wanted to diversify a bit into a little more Lego Marvel because a few of those end up being really great investments. And this one hasn't been amazing. It's been a pretty well-performing investment. It's got the one minifigure, in this case Wolverine, and I think that has helped add to the investments, to its investing potential. And it's already gone up about 20%. And it hasn't even been retired for that long, so I could easily see this one doubling in value after another year or two. Next up, we have these two sets right here. So I was able to get these with my Lego VIP rewards points, and I think they're going to do really well. They're exclusive, they're really cool. They're in a unique kind of packaging where they have the instructions in front, and then the rest of it being the Lego cardboard. And it's got these two little kind of like arcade machine kind of things that are like writable. In this case, the dragon and the pirate ship. Lego made 2 more of these. I believe like a unicorn was one of them. And I think that these are going to keep doing really well. They're very exclusive, so I think that that'll help add to their investing potential in the long run. Next up, we have this Lego Hogwarts Polyjuice Potion Mistake. This set hasn't retired yet, but it does have this great golden Lego Harry Potter minifigure of the anniversary set. And I think that that golden figure is going to help add to its investing potential for sure. Like I said, I don't believe this one is retired yet, but it's got the 3 main characters, that being Hermione, Ron, and Harry Potter, as well as the golden Harry Potter figure. And it's got these cool gold faucet pieces that help add to its value. So I'm excited to see how well that one ends up doing. Next up, we got this one right here. This is Luke Skywalker's X-Wing fighter. I think this is going to be a pretty safe, reliable investment. It may not do amazingly well, but I do think it'll easily go up in value. It's a very iconic build from the Star Wars franchise, and I generally have most of my investments in the Lego Star Wars franchise, so I do think that this one will do really well. I was able to get this one off for a little over 20%, I believe, and it will likely end up being a pretty safe, reliable investment. It may not do amazingly well, but I know that it'll eventually go up in value, which is good for a Lego Star Wars investment. Next up, we got this one right here. This is the Lego AAT, the Armored Assault Tank. It's got some great minifigures, and including this cool Clone Trooper minifigure, which is worth quite a bit from this set. And it's got the main build of the AAT. And I think this one is going to keep doing really well. I believe it has retired, and I'm excited to see how well this one ends up doing in another year or 2. Next up, we have 2 sets right here. The Lego 501st Legion Clone Troopers Battle Pack. I think this one is going to keep doing really well. It's already done well. These Star Wars Battle Packs usually end up being really great investments because people love collecting these Clone Troopers or the Stormtroopers or whatever is in the Lego investment. And I think that that trend is easily going to continue with this set. There was quite a bit of demand for this kind of set before it got released, and I do think that it's going to help add to its value quite a bit. Next up, we have this smaller Lego Minecraft set. This one I just decided to buy one of because I thought it would be a good idea to at least have 1 or 2 Lego Minecraft sets just to see what it was like to invest in them, see what the investing potential of them was. And in this case, it's I believe it's the Tiaga Adventure. It's got 2 minifigures as well as 2 animal figures plus a cool TNT explosion feature. So I think that that is what helped this be a pretty great investment. So far I've gotten about a 60% return on investment from it if I were to sell it right now. It also has this cool golden sword which adds some value. And I was pleasantly surprised on how well this one ended up doing. I wasn't expecting a lot from it, but I was glad that it ended up doing pretty well. Next up, we have these 2 Lego Star Wars Battle Packs. So this one is newer to my collection. I got one of them. I mostly am invested in these ones. I think that these ones will do really well once they eventually retire. Actually, I believe this one has retired. And it's got this yellow clone trooper right there, plus these 2 other normal clone troopers. And they are incredibly valuable minifigures, especially the yellow one. And I think that that is going to help add tremendous value to the set. People love collecting these figures, and I think that that is going to easily continue with a clone trooper style battle pack. Next up, we have this Defense of Hoth kind of set. It's got also, like the other one, 3 minifigures. It's the cheaper version of the battle pack. Has this main build of the little radar gun thing, as well as the 2 machine gun kind of things. I don't think this one will do as well as the Clone Trooper Battle Pack, which is why I only got one of these compared to 4 or 5 of the other. But I wanted to at least get one of them to see how well it ended up doing once it retired. Next up, we got these 2 sets right here. This is a 20th anniversary set, the Anakin's Pod Racer 20th anniversary. I think it'll keep doing really well as an investment. And then this has been one of my highest performing investments, the Lego Anakin's Jedi Interceptor set. It's got 2 great minifigures. If you're relatively new to Lego investing and have a moderately high budget and you're able to afford sets like this one, not this one because this one is already retired and is really expensive, which is good for Lego investors, but not if you wanted to buy it to get started. So if you ever see a Jedi Interceptor sets, they usually end up doing pretty well. I believe Yoda's Jedi Interceptor set is currently on sale on Amazon. And so it could be a good addition to your investing portfolio. I may add a few of those to my collection. And next up, we got these 2 sets right here. The Lego Star Wars Death Star cannon, as well as the Snowspeeder set. These are both smaller ones. I was able to get all these on sale. I have quite a few of these in my collection. They've ended up doing pretty well, but not as well as I was hoping. But I do think that they will continue to go up in value. And then this one, I think, has also retired, if I am correct. And it's got some big pieces because it's a 4+ set, but it's got some good minifigures, and I think that'll continue to go up in value just because it's such a famous scene from Star Wars. Next up, we got this one right here, which is a similar story, the Action Battle Echo Base Defense set. It's got 504 pieces, and it's got it's set number 75241. And I think it will continue to go up in value. It hasn't done amazingly, but it's been an okay investment. Next up, we got some more Lego Star Wars Battle Packs. In this case, the Sith Troopers Battle Pack. It's got 3 of the Sith Troopers as well as the officer figure, and it's been a great investment, like I predicted with the Lego Star Wars Battle Packs. Next up, we have another Lego Battle Pack, this one right here. This is Lego set 75262, the Imperial Dropship. It's been a great investment. I have these 2 microfighter sets. I have quite a few of each of these, and I think that they will continue to go up in value. This one has done better, which makes sense. It's a more iconic build, the Millennium Falcon. And next up, we have two of my best performing sets based on ROI. So this one right here, I did not think was going to do that well. This was the first Lego Mario set I ended up investing in, but I was able to get it for a little under $10, and it's now worth over $50. So I was able to get a really great return on investment for this small little set of the fire suit, and I think that'll continue to go up in value. Next up, we have this Lego Stormtrooper set. This has also been one of my top performing sets. They did really well. I'm definitely looking into getting more of these helmet sets in the near future, and I'm guessing that they will likely maybe not do quite as well as this one, but a lot of these helmet sets have ended up doing really well. This one has been kind of a unique outlier and doing way better than many of the other ones, but I was glad I picked up 2 of these. They're currently worth $150 about, and I was able to get this one and the other one for about $46. So I was able to do pretty well on that investment. Next up, we have another Lego Star Wars Battle Pack. This is the Mandalorian Battle Pack. It's a great set. I think it is doing better than the Sith Troopers one. I think it'll continue to go up in value. Next up, we have this Duel on Tatooine set. This set hasn't been doing great. I am hoping it goes up in value a little bit more, but for now it hasn't been doing super well. Next up, we have these 2 smaller sets. I've got a bunch of these Lego Super Mario things. Then I have this Lego City set. And then I got a few other smaller promotional sets. I got this one and a few others in my collection. And then I got this Ninjago set. I thought it would be a good idea to add a Ninjago set to my collection to see how well it ends up doing as an investment. Next up, we got this Lego Harry Potter set, the Night Bus. And, I already talked about this one, but I do think it'll be a great investment. And then next up, we got this Lego Architecture set. So this Statue of Liberty, very iconic build, and I think it'll keep doing well. And then we got another Super Mario set here, as well as another Lego Harry Potter set. I think each of these will continue to go up in value quite a bit. I think this one probably a little bit more so. But I was pleasantly surprised on how well this Lego Super Mario set has done. I might be investing more in Lego Super Mario sets in the near future. They tend to keep doing really well. Feel free to let me know if